digitale Heizhaus.
Hello. So today we're gonna do Pilates class. It's quite a basic one. Pilates is a strengthening practice. We are aiming for harmony. So make sure you're not hurting yourself in any ways, that you're not going too hard with your articulation, mainly shoulders and knees. For sure, you will also feel some pain, but a good pain. That's about working out your muscles. So make the differentiation in between the muscle pain and the articulation pain. And the second thing I can say about Pilates is that throughout the whole class, you're gonna aim to find a continuous rhythm with your breath, a deep and long breath that is supporting every movement you're doing. In terms of props, you might want to use a blanket or a yoga mat. I will just let you know when you need to, the yoga mat obviously, but a blanket or a yoga block. I will just let you know when you might need to use it. So I think that's it for the introduction, and we're gonna get started with the first exercise. Enjoy! Great, so we're gonna start laying down on our back with the knees bended. Bring your hips quite close to your sitting bones and just let your arms relax on your sides. And close your eyes there. So make sure you find your knees in a parallel position where they can just stand on their own, where your whole back can relax into the floor. Bring your chin slightly in so that you can lengthen at the back of your neck. And from here we're going to scan the whole spine, starting from the bottom of your spine. We start from the coccyx and the pelvic area. Bring your attention there and just increase your sensations and your awareness of the surfaces that are touching the ground. Feel the volume of your pelvis very heavy, sinking into the floor. And from the coccyx, you arrive to the sacrum. Just you don't have to change anything. Just let your spine be, let it sink through the ground, getting heavy. And you go along the spine, upwards from the sacrum, in the lumbar spine area. You might here find a small gap in between your lower back and the floor. It's totally okay. That's the natural curve of your spine. Let it be. Just find space in between your vertebrae. Let your whole lower belly relax towards the floor. And go upward along your spine, arriving in the middle of your back, meeting with the floor. And really start observing your breath as you're scanning your spine, as you're scanning the weight of your torso. Observe your breath going along your spine. Observe your breath deepening. With the inhalation, sense the breath going through the spine and making space in between your vertebrae. And with your exhalation, just let the weight sink through the floor like the butter melting in the sun. let it go through the ground, and continue your journey along the spine, right in between your shoulder blades. Imagine someone is pushing his 2 hands on your shoulders, so you really have a heavy weight on your shoulders so they can relax and expand into the ground. And your breath is deepening and arriving to your neck. Long and spacious neck. Here as well you have this curve in your neck. Do not try to force your neck on the ground. Allow your natural S shape in your spine. Take a deep inhalation in your thoracic cage and a deep exhalation, opening your eyes. And again, we're going to have a few cycles of breath here. Inhale and exhale. Engage slowly. Bring your belly button in towards the ground with each exhalation. Inhale. Find your own rhythm with your breath and exhale. With each inhalation, you really want to have your thoracic cage opening laterally. So really on the sides, parallel to the floor. It's opening sideways. And as you exhale, you centralize your energy. You activate your pelvic floor muscles and your deep abdominals without changing anything to the curve of your back. Inhale, a few more cycles, and exhale. Really bringing your belly button in and engaging the pelvic floor muscles. There are a small group of muscles in the bottom of your pelvis, as if you would want to retain yourself from peeing. So every time you exhale, you really start energizing at the bottom of your pelvis, really inside. You go towards the center, and when you inhale, you let your thoracic cage expand, but you keep a flat belly. And with the last exhalation, just bring the palms of your hands close to your hips, facing the floor. Inhale, you stay there, and we're going to go with the first exercise. Maybe have a look. With the exhalation, you go with the pelvic curl. You push the floor away, and you articulate your spine up. You take one deep inhalation up there, staying in this position, and as you exhale, you really round your spine, and you go one vertebra at a time, landing into the floor, coming back to this neutral position in your pelvis where you can have a small space in between the floor and the lumbar spine. And we go together, one deep inhalation. And exhale, you push the floor away with your feet and you let your belly button come in. You send your knees in the diagonal and you just articulate your pelvis all the way up. You take one deep inhalation and exhalation. You roll down, taking your time and slowing down at the lumbar spine area. Really trying to round your spine. Inhaling the starting position, finding a neutral back, and exhale, rolling up. And you try just to extend the front of your body, and you relax the back of your thighs, the back of your legs. Inhale. Exhale, really round your spine, as if your spine would be a necklace of beads, and one bead is landing on the floor at the time, one bead at the time, one vertebra at the time, and your hands, fingers are just active into the ground. Just sense and really do it. You open your hip flexors and the front of your thighs to the ceiling.
Make sure to keep your knees parallel and a long and extended neck. And we're going to have 3 more repetitions. Make sure you go with the flow of your breath. You exhale as you go up. Really having this focus on the articulation of your spine. How you can find more extension and more space in your whole body as you inhale, as you welcome air into your body, in your lungs. And when you exhale, you really slow down. And you just let the weight of your spine land into the floor without holding anything. The last 2 repetitions. Throughout the whole Pilates class, we are going to keep this continuous rhythm. There is no accent, no momentum. We work with the weight of our own body, stabilizing. And last repetition. Really spread your feet into the ground, send your knees in the diagonal. Let your shoulders relax into the floor. As you bring your pelvis up, let's stay up here just for a few more seconds. Take a deep inhalation and a deep exhalation. Try to relax the back of your thighs so you don't cramp the muscles at the back of your legs. Bring your pelvis a bit higher. And exhale, go all the way down, rounding your spine as you go down, keeping your neck extended. And as you inhale, just lift your arms up, interlace your fingers, and bring them behind your neck. We're going to go for the chest lift. I show you here how it goes with the breath. So you exhale, you bring just the upper spine up and in the diagonal. You inhale, you stay there. And you exhale, you go down. So very slow. Inhale, stay down. And we go together. Exhale. So you keep your lower back neutral. It's just isolation of your upper spine. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale, stay down. And exhale up. So try as much as you can to engage your transversal abdominals. Those are the deepest abdominals. They're like a belt around your waist. So keep on going as I speak. They're like a large belt around your waist. And they're the deepest ones, so you want to make sure you activate very deeply and you're not actually activating the rectus abdominis, that are the first layer, that are the 6 packs. So in order to activate them, you respect the natural curves of your spine. You just think of bringing your lower belly in, belly button towards the spine, activating your pelvic floor muscles. So with this exercise, it can seem pretty simple, but we are actually focusing on isolating the spine. So we just have the upper segment of the spine moving, and the rest of your body is very stable. It's very still. Your legs are there, parallel, without any movement. And you do not press your lumbar spine against the floor. Let's have the last one. stay up, just extend your arms, bring the palm of your hands next to your hips, and just we're gonna lift here the right leg. And then the left leg. Make sure when you bring both legs, you do not change anything in your spine. Keep your belly button in, and we stay here for 3 cycles of breath. Inhale. Try to find space in your spine. Exhale. Both legs touching. Inhale. And exhale. And the last one, if you need, you can grab yourself behind your knees. Inhale. And exhale. Just bring your head down, keep your legs where they are, and we're going to go for the spine to supine. So your arms are open on the sides, and you're going to bring both legs to the right. Inhaling, exhaling, you bring them back in the center. And then you're going to bring both legs to the left, going in a spine twist. And exhaling as you bring your legs back into the middle. And you can come along with me. Inhale to the right side. As you bring your legs to one side, make sure the opposite shoulder stays always in contact with the floor. So what you want to avoid is to lift your shoulder off the ground. Make sure it stays. And the palms of your hands are facing the ceiling. Very slow. You can keep it pretty small. You see for yourself what's the range of motion that you can bear with. Even though I speak a lot and give a lot of instructions, it might be too much for you. Just make sure you keep focusing on your breath and you keep on scanning your whole body, attentive to any signs you might get from your body. You're listening carefully, making space in your spine, in your articulations. The palms of your hands are facing the ceiling. The fingers are activating and reaching in 2 opposite directions, and your head stays in the center. Let's have 2 last repetitions on each side. You really want to respect the shape of this position. You have the 90-degree angle in your hips and 90-degree angle in your knees. And the last repetition to the right. And last one to the left. So here we worked on the obliques. Keep your legs where they are. We're just going to go for the leg changes. Very easy. You're just opening, touching the floor with your big toe, and then coming back and alternating with the right leg and the left leg. And here just go along with your spine. For one leg, you're going to have an inhalation. For the other leg, an exhalation. Isolating the work. It's just happening in your hips. The opening of your knees not changing. You're not closing and opening in your knee. You're just bringing your whole leg down and up. Activating your pelvic floor muscles and making sure you keep your belly button that's going towards your spine. So as one leg is going down, you might have your pelvis doing this movement, like going with the leg. You want to avoid that. You keep your spine in the neutral position. You keep it very stable. And the movement is only happening in your legs, in the lower body. Your pelvis is the bridge in between your lower body and your upper body. That's why your core, the powerhouse, the abdominals are engaged, just keeping the whole system stable. And the last repetition on the right side and on the left side. Okay, great. Just bring your knees to your chest. Have a moment of small massage. So you can make rounds, circles with your legs and in the other direction. So that's really like a massage for your back against the floor. And also move your neck freely. Great. Okay. And let's just go for the leg circle here. I will offer 2 different propositions. It depends on your flexibility. Either you have the floor leg bended like this, or you're going to find the full extension of your floor leg. So this just depends on how flexible you are here on the back of your thighs. So this exercise goes like this. It's leg circle. You imagine you're drawing a small circle with your heel on the ceiling. So you exhale as you cross, and you inhale as you come back. Exhale as you cross the central line, and inhale as you come back. And that's it. It's pretty simple, but actually, the tricky part of this exercise is that you want to only move this leg and nothing else. So here again, your core is going to work to keep the rest of your body stable. It's just a very nice exercise where the rest of your body can be heavy into the ground, but still very active. So you bring your awareness in this moving leg, but also in the whole rest of your body, making sure it stays still, long, and spacious. So exhale as you pass the central line, inhale as you come back to the starting position. And just see for yourself if you want to make the circle bigger, smaller. Challenging yourself with bigger circle. Can you keep this stability in the rest of your body, or even bringing it to very, very small range of motion? And just changing the direction, opening the back of your knee. So you change the direction, exhale as you open sideways, inhale as you come back to the starting position. Let's do 7 more repetitions. And just find more space in your whole leg. So from your hip, through your whole leg, through the heel, imagine your leg is twice its size, a giant leg drawing a circle on the ceiling. And the last one. Opening the back of your knee and just relax. Just have a moment of stretch. Bring your knee towards your sternum. Exhale and inhale. And one more time. Exhale. Just relax your leg fully. And let's exchange the legs. Left leg up, right leg down. Bend it or stretch it, you decide. And we go. Exhale. Belly button in. Inhale back in the center. And your leg just stays in its natural alignment. Do not turn it out or in. really send your attention in your pelvis, in your hips, in your lower leg, in the floor leg. Is it still? How can I keep it still and steady but without freezing it, so there is still movement in the rest of your body, because you're reaching for opposite directions and you're also at the same time just falling through the floor, and we change the direction. You can really blow the air out as you exhale. Pilates, we're really putting an emphasis into the exhalation. So you can really make sound. It's gonna help calling the deepest muscles, basically. The deepest abdominals are there. Then engaging a bit more naturally if you really blow the air out. And the last two, opening the back of your knee, really trying to stretch your leg the most you can. And just bring your knee towards your sternum. Exhale, have a stretch here. Inhale. And exhale. Great. Okay, let's just pump the blood a bit and activate before we go for the next exercises. I'll show you once. This is called the hundreds. Your legs are in the tabletop. They're glued together. You're going to go with one exhalation here. Inhale, and then you're going to go for 100 repetitions. So your arms are pumping down and nothing else is moving. And we go with 5 breaths. It goes like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 exhale, 5 inhale. Okay? Great. Okay, just bring both legs to the tabletop. Your arms are behind you. Exhale. Keep your belly button in. Take one deep inhalation. And we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. So nothing else is moving, just your arms pumping down, keeping your belly button in, going towards your spine. It's okay if you have a small curve in your lumbar spine. Do not force your lumbar spine into the floor. Keep a long neck. Try to not to tense your neck too much. And stabilize the rest of your body. If you want, bring your legs to the 60 degrees position. And the last 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay there in whatever position you chose to be. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation, and relax. Bring your neck to the floor. Extend your legs. Just let's have a stretch of your abdominals. Inhale. Stretch the tip of your fingers in the opposite direction from your toes. Exhale. Great. And we go directly to the next one. I'll show you once. It's the roll up. So you start with an inhalation. Exhaling, you try the most you can to keep your feet on the floor. You have a C shape in your spine, curving your spine. You take one deep inhalation here. And with one very long and deep exhalation, you go all the way down, trying to keep your feet on the floor. And we go together. So halfway up with the inhalation. Trying to be very continuous without any accent. Inhale up and exhale, roll down. again together. Inhale. One deep inhalation. Keep your spine curved. Find more and more space in your spine. And it's totally okay, it's alright if your legs are lifting off the ground. It's just how it is now. It demands some practice, some regular practice. It depends also on your proportions of your body. And we find a way to keep it harmonious and flowing. And inhale. Without stopping the movement. Just have a clear intention, you want to sit. And exhale, you want to lay down, controlling the way down. Let's have the last one. Inhale. Exhale, great. And just sit with a straight spine. Open your legs to a parallel position. And we're going to have a few big circles. And we're going to have one last circle to come into place. Your hands behind your back. It's slightly a bit further, like you're making a triangle. The fingers are looking in, very important to protect your wrists. And here you're going to go for the back support. So the first preparation goes like this. You're bending your elbows, keeping them parallel. And with the inhalation, you bring your pelvis up. And exhale, pelvis down. Just come with me. And we try keeping the elbows stretched. Inhale. Just think you're extending the front of your body towards the ceiling. Don't make it too heavy for yourself. Make sure you find the right distance, the position of your hands on the floor, so that your shoulders can be exactly on top of your wrists. And let's have 4 more repetitions. Inhale to stretch. Expand the front of your body towards the ceiling. Planting your arms and your hands through the ground like roots. 3 more. Inhale. It's like a yawning. Take it in a light way. And the last 2. You can even try to reach with your toes towards the ground. And the last one. Strong in your shoulders. Stay up. Belly button in. Stay, push the floor away, push with your shoulders, and down. Very nice. Great, come back to sitting. A few big circles. Inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. And the last one, just easy with your neck. Exhale. Great. Okay, let's go on the side. So we start really energizing the body, we keep the flow going. You're laying down on your side, bring both legs slightly bit more to the front. We're not laying down in a perfect line. Both legs diagonally front. And we're just going to lift both legs off the floor with the inhalation. It's a very small movement. And exhale down. Without touching the floor, we just stop a centimeter off the floor. So here we're not just thinking of the side flexion, we're thinking first of extending. So think of a curve, like a graphic. It's not a straight line, it's a curve. So you want to really extend your legs far away from your hips, from your pelvis. And then when you cannot reach any further, they have no other choice than lifting up. So just with space. And you can keep your arm and hand here in front of the sternum to keep the balance if you wish. Then if you feel very comfortable, you can just challenge yourself, bringing your arm on the side or here. And here just, you can visualize here for your abdominals that you have the zip of your jeans that you're closing. You close this high waist jeans zip up. So you're not like letting your abdomens hang towards the ground. And a few more. Inhale and exhale. So here you might feel the sides of your waist burning. It's a good sign. That's the muscles we are working on. And with the last one, just stay up. And eventually just take off your hand. Find the balance. You can also just bring your neck into the alignment of your spine. Freeing your neck. Bring the belly button in. And keep on reaching from your toes further away. Very nice. And here we're going to try a funky transition. Just keep your torso up and your legs up, and you bring your belly to the ground. Very nice. And relax. Head and legs on the floor. Just let your hips roll from side to side for a moment. Enjoy just fully relaxing the weight into the ground. Before we go for some back extension, I show you, you stay there. It's the same idea. Throughout the whole Pilates class, we go for some flexions. But I want to find first extension and space in the spine before going for the lifting. So here we're going to have both hands making a pillow under the forehead and your legs together. And first you're going to reach, find more space here and with the legs before lifting up with the inhalation and exhalation down, stopping a centimeter off the ground. And we go together. And inhale, reach far away. Keep your belly button in. Exhale down. Inhale. Send the inhalation in your lower back rather than in your belly. So do not let your belly inflate. It's not a pregnant belly exercise. Sometimes people really inflate in their lower belly in order to rise up, but that's really not the thing we want to do because we want to protect the lower back. So belly button in. It might feel a bit unusual to keep the abdominals contracted or active, but really make sure do a smaller movement if it's needed. It's really not about the range of motion. Let's have 3 more. Keeping space in between your shoulders and ears. And the last 2. Stay up. Take 1 deep exhalation here. 1 deep inhalation, a bit higher. And exhale down, relax. Sway your hips from side to side. Focus on your breath. Very nice. And bring your hands under your shoulders. Just going to come up to our 4th in the cat stretch. We just go for a very simple cat stretch. Here, upper spine is rising forward and up. And then with the exhalation, push the floor away. And then inhale. Forward and up, just with the upper spine. You keep the lumbar spine in the neutral position. But when you go in, Here's the whole spine curving. Great. Inner massage for yourself. Make it juicy and pleasant for your spine. Feel the space. And take your time. Focus on your breath. And we're going to make it smaller and smaller, decreasing the range of motion. Smaller and smaller. So that from the outside it becomes almost invisible. So that eventually you arrive to a very subtle movement that brings you to the neutral position on your fourth. Just find a straight spine where you respect the curves of your lumbar spine, of your neck. And just look at your fingers, spread them into the ground. Make sure your shoulders are exactly on top of your wrists. And activate your belly button, your pelvic floor muscles. Inhale in your lower back, and with the exhalation just stretch the right leg and the left leg. We go for the plank position. Make sure your shoulders stay on top of your wrist, and you're really going to push the floor away with your fingers. The tip of your fingers are active as well. It's not just in your wrists, it's not in the heel of your hands only. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And with the exhalation, we go with the right knee in. Inhale, stretch. And exhale, right knee in. Inhale, stretch. You always come back. And let's do two more. Keep a long neck and left leg and go. So you just let your knee come to the center towards your nose and back in the plank position. And the last one. Back in the starting position, plank position. Stay for one more cycle of breath. Inhale. And exhale. Great. Bring your knees to the ground. And just make your way to the other side. Very nice. We are almost there. We did one side, we need to do the other one. Keep focusing on your breath. Keeping the whole session nice and flowy for yourself. And we go inhale. Exhale. Just finding one point that you can look at in this exercise so you keep your focus straight. You keep your neck extended. Remind yourself of the zip of your jeans. Remind yourself of reaching before lifting. Both legs are glued together. And if you want to challenge yourself, just let go of your hand. See how it influences the balance and the stability of your body. And it might be too early to take off the hand. If it's the case, just leave it there. It's fine, it's helpful. Really Feel every time you reach, engage here in the pelvic floor area. And it goes in the inner thighs, all along the leg, all the way in between the legs. Further. And then you stay up. Bring your arm up. Feel the sides of your waist. And just free your neck. Reach with your fingers. Great, and relax. Okay, we go from the belly. And we have the hands under the shoulders, legs parallel, and we just go for very few repetitions of this one. It's like the baby cobra. Inhale, push the floor away, you extend your elbows. Exhale, bring your elbows into the floor and the forehead eventually touching the ground. And again, inhale from the upper spine. So we go segment by segment, from the top of the spine until the lumbar spine in this full extension without breaking in your neck. And exhale. You start working on your arms because they're pushing up and down. And two more. Finding the full extension in your spine, lengthening. When you're in this full back extension, make sure your belly button is not touching the ground. And the last one. Inhale. And just go with your sitting bones, looking to the back, to go in the child's pose. So it's more a yoga position, but we're going to use it for a resting position. Your knees are open and your big toes are touching. You can really try to touch with your heels, that they're meeting your sitting bones. Open and stretch your fingers and just relax your forehead on the ground. And just let all your thoughts go through the ground. You're just listening and observing your breath. And just come on your fourth, and to finish the session, we're going to finish with one last exercise. I'll show you once. It goes like this. It's in a cross system. So you have your right arm and opposite leg, left leg stretching with inhalation. You can also decide to point your foot, and then with the exhalation, elbow and knee are meeting in the center, and your spine just stays neutral. And come along with me, right arm up and left leg up. Inhale, very slow. Exhale. Inhale. So they're just lengthening and reaching in opposite directions, parallel to the ground, not too high. And then really centralizing, let your leg caress the other leg as you exhale and you meet in the center. Inhale, reach, find those two opposite directions, exhale. And very similar to many other exercises, stabilize the rest of your body as you let two limbs free. Reach in your neck and try to make it in a light way without cramping and contracting muscles, just finding space. Activate your fingers, the fingers of your left arm so that you can keep on pushing the floor away. And the last one, finish with the exhalation to bring leg and arm to the floor and exchange. Inhale. Activate your fingers. Exhale. So you keep on fixing one point on your mat. Your eyes are not moving, so that you keep your neck extended, looking down. It will help to keep your spine aligned and still. No rush. And the last one. Just reach even further every time. Without curving in your lower back too much. Just how it is naturally. Feeling your pelvic floor muscles. And just coming down. Let's cross the legs. And coming to the laying down position, just with your knees bended very slowly, round your spine. And just relax your arms on the sides, and let's have a fully relaxed position into the ground. And just let your legs go in and out just for a bit. Just relaxing, having your legs very heavy, very heavy into the ground. Okay, and let them just be and relaxed. Now just the neck, right and left. So feel the back of your skull. It's rolling on the ground. Okay, and let your neck just relax in the center. Close your eyes. Just gonna have a minute of silence for the end of the class. Observing your breath, coming back to normal, and observing the weight of your body, relaxing through the floor. Observing your breath without changing anything. Just listen to your breath, to its natural rhythm. Let your jaw, your lips relax. Let your tongue relax. Let your eyebrows relax and your forehead as well. And just come and roll on your side. Just taking your time before coming to sitting, making sure you don't sit too fast. Opening your eyes.
Great. Yeah, that's it for this Pilates session. I hope you enjoyed, and it gives you a first introduction to Pilates class. Yeah, thank you very much for joining.
Das digitale Heizhaus. digitales.heizhaus.org